Whether it's a mass-produced keyboard named V575, users are still bus-like keyboards. Players are surely familiar with this by now. It's been almost a year since it was released last October. Time really flies. Feels like not much time has passed. From then until now, it seems to be around 400 yuan. At this price point, the V575's footing is still very stable. In today's video, I'll help you learn more. In the current travel keyboard market, its performance is one of its features. Unboxing part of the gift box packaging with the top lid. After opening, includes the warranty card and manual, including a full package of sound packs. Plastic dust covers. The accessories include a steel wire overhead and a retractor, 3 additional switches with an exit line, silicone gasket accessories, plus the bumped replacement screws. The video shows the top-tier version with a creamy white spray finish. The PPT two-tone sword cap feels smooth and smooth. This is also quite common. This version gives the switch to Kaihua. The 45-gram pressure index of the Shuesheng shaft manufactured by the foundry, 3.6 millimeters, the overall sound is a type of crisp resonance. The feel is also quite comfortable to hold. The rebound is quite responsive to the hand. Let's listen to the performance of this default item at the start. In terms of appearance, the compact F-Zone 75 layout is missing one key above the arrow keys. They create RGB ambient lights with customizable lighting effects. Overall, it's a relatively rounded type. The bezel is relatively wide. There's a curve treatment on the side, providing a key point for quick disassembly. And it's easy to grab and grab. It also adds a bit of depth to the visual experience. Strike a whole piece of brush thread in the middle of the back. This stainless steel counterweight trim low-end version uses electrostatic pod. In the middle, there's a magnetic nameplate with a slot in the middle, which is very convenient. Inside, we dig out the 2.4G storage compartment. In magnetic, the internal structure is quite reasonable. First, 2 gasket modes are available. The default is the silicone case gasket and accessories. This silicone beam can be replaced. The main difference between these modes is the tactile feel. It hardly affects the sound. The silicone pillars on both sides can be said to enhance the overall tactile consistency. If you prefer softer and bouncy options, removing them is also fine. Fill with PET-coated foam with a sandwich cotton. The PET oil pad shaft underpad is a fixed match. The bottom factory default is 3.5 millimeters and then polished on PET. The heating seat pad and this PET insulating component. The unboxing section also includes an additional sound pack. Inside, there are 4 bottoms with different material thicknesses. Filling cotton can be blended into 8 different sound structures. The combination of the base cotton for gameplay. The pictures are posted here, but from my personal experience, there are still some differences. Use the final fill, and the sound leans toward a stormy mahjong sound. Using thinner filler points better highlights the original sound characteristics of the Switch. Just follow your own preferences. Anyway, I'll give it all. The playability is still quite good. Of course, the fuller the filling, the harder and thinner it feels. The feel is softer and more springy. Actually, it's quite clever. Anyway, everything is all ready for you. What do you like? Just mix and match it yourself. One more thing to add. You can see that the PET battery on this tray is placed on the undershaft power supply. Personally, I think maybe it's probably to circumvent patents. I believe whether you buy it or not. You might be curious about it too. The difference between placing the PET on top and below. So I used the original factory keycaps and switches as a premise. Place a segment of the exit state and PET to the main charge. Below is a comparison of the typing sounds in this state. The latency performance is as follows. I also tested the IDASC mode. With 4 or 5 wireless device receivers on the desktop, after a full day of use, and this kind of exercise didn't happen. Looks like it's been optimized. The low-end anode PP positioning version with the non-light version is priced at 379 yuan. The light-colored version of the anode PP positioning version costs 399 yuan. The anodized F24 positioning edition with light is 469 yuan. Other top-spec F24 positioning versions and the Guang version are all priced at 499 yuan. The PP positioning version is a bit dull. The F24 positioning version is more noisy. The top-tier sprayed casing I have is actually quite well made. It has a slight matte texture to the touch, which looks quite good. There is a slight glitter. This milky white shade is slightly yellowish. It's a warmer color tone. As a V571st user of the first version, at that time I also encountered the direct failure of this PCB. This time I just spent ages trying to find the first plan. Then I took a classic touch and touched it. Feeling clearly being underestimated, he was fine. It should be that insulation protection has been implemented. So what about the 2.4G issue? It should also address some of the basic issues with the starting lineup. At this price point, there are various ways to control the Kuaichai Magnetic PCB business package. This is also a fairly well-crafted shell. Even today, it still offers outstanding value for money. Even the low-spec light version, at 399 yuan, the overall value for money is still hard to beat. Thank you all for watching this video on principles. See you next time.